My 8-year-old cousin accused me of spying on her while she showered. My 17 meters family is having a reunion at our house and my cousin 8F often lies to get people in trouble. Yesterday I had to use the bathroom and accidentally walked in on my cousin in the shower. I apologized and left, but when she got out she told everyone that I was spying on her. Several of my family members believed her while others knew that she was lying. Since they were staying at our house for a week, I have to spend the rest of the time in my room, not leaving unless I had to use the bathroom. It's aggravating to have almost half of my family think I'm a creep and get punished for it. What should I do? Edit. I didn't hear the shower running because my hearing aids had died and I didn't have any more batteries.
Never be alone in a room with her. Try and avoid her at all costs. That's a really slippery slope to fall down. I'm sorry you have to go through that. Sadly, I don't think there really is anything you can do. If Shush is willing to make up lies like this, it will only get worse as she gets older. My advice is to stay away from her. Never be alone in a room with her. Let alone home alone with her. Always make sure there is a witness in the room with you if you absolutely have to be around her.
I would act indifferent. When someone mentions it, look them in the eye and say, I told the truth. She knows it and I know it. Truth doesn't change just because you don't believe it. Then walk away and let them think about that.
Why wasn't the door locked? So you walk in and immediately back out, and that's furtively spying. Wait, so then you are banished to your room and can't be in common areas, only to come out if you have to be in the area where the crime took place? I would carry a horn and say, using the bathroom now.
I'll vehemently oppose the view that there's nothing you can do about it. You definitely should stand up for your rights, as you did nothing wrong. Sit down with your family and have an honest discussion. Explain that you'd never do anything like spy on a little girl, although your family should know this without having to explain. Why would anyone believe something like that at face value from her anyway if she's a well-known liar anyway? Stand your ground up.
Don't take it lying down. You are not safe in that house as long as she can tell lies like that. It's time for you to start acting like an adult. Take precaution into your own hands. Tell your parents that you refuse to stay in a home where you are being falsely accused under your own roof and being held prisoner. Tell them you are going to stay with a friend and they have no choice in the matter. They should have taken your side immediately and asked said relatives to leave. Should someone mention authority figures, tell them that is fine and you will wait and tell them your side of the story and welcome a polygraph for both you and the 8-year-old. No, I don't think it will really come to that, but it's enough to scare some sense into one of the party. Said cousin and her parents would have been out of my house that night.
She needs serious help.
I'm gonna tell you to do something it took me 8 years to figure out. Get out of that house. Get as far away from them as you can. This isn't a very good situation to be in, and it sounds suspicious. If what you say is true, and you walked in on her by accident because you have bad hearing, well, I've done it to my mum, and my hearing is good, so it's more than possible to be an accident. If your parents are going to punish you the way they have over something like this, and that you're being held prisoner in your own goddamned home, you need to get out. If you have a friend, explain the situation to them and their parents' guardians. Then once you're sorted, tell your parents you're leaving until they see sense. Tell them they have absolutely zero say in the matter, just like you had zero say in the matter when you were falsely accused of a pedophilic act. Can you go stay at a friend's house while she is there? Greater than since they were staying at our house for a week, I have to spend the rest of the time in my room, not leaving unless I had to use the bathroom. Why do you have to stay in your room? Seems to me like they should be the ones leaving.
You need to speak up to them about what really happened. Just be blunt with it. I needed to pee, I walked in by accident, said sorry and walked right back out, and you need to bring up that she had lied before. Why wouldn't she lie now?
Avoid her at all costs. Stay in your room, and if you have the ability to do so, video, sound record, so in the event no one else is around, you have evidence that she is lying. Being 17, this places you in a truly horrible situation to where if authorities get involved, you'll need something to back up what you're saying.
If a child this age is repeatedly lying about sexual abuse of some kind, they have actually been sexually abused at some point or else were coached by an adult. And if she got her friend's brother arrested, how do you know it was a lie? Normal little kids don't lie about this shit unless something is going on.
I'm not a psychologist, but this seems like a very common trait of bad parenting, maybe even abuse or neglect. She is trying to get attention or hurts others cause someone hurt her. Or she is just evil. I would recommend talking to your family members who do not believe you, but not alone. Try and get the family members who do believe to come and talk with them. This could easily hurt your relationship with future family members or even friends. Ask your parents to sit down and talk with you about this. Explain how this whole situation makes you feel and express your concern over the fact that by lying she has gotten people arrested. You do not want to be on a sex offender list for the rest of your life. I would ask that your parents send the family away immediately for your safety, or they allow you to stay at a friend's for the remainder of the time she is scheduled to be there. I would also say that if you are leaving while she is there, make sure your room is locked and secured so she can't do anything to set you up, i.e. leaving her underwear in your room, while you are gone. This kid sounds unstable and it is negligent of your parents to allow her to threaten your future. Brew. Just go outside. Stay outside. I wouldn't talk to her ever again. IDGAS. Fuck if shush is 815-2230, the potentials are not worth it.
Am I the only one who thinks this malicious lie is unusual for an 8-year-old? Why does she even know that that kind of thing is inappropriate? To me it sounds like this child is being victimized by an older adult in the family, right? It's not natural for a child to make up sexually based lies. These lies are coming from somewhere.
Stay the hell away from her. Tell your family shush is lying, which you already did. Don't let them punish you for something you didn't do. And that punishment is shit. Making you stay in your room for a week. WTF. They're just messing your health up by doing that. You're not a little kid. I'm 17 too, by the way. If I thought my daughter, 8 next week, was staying in a house with a creep, then I would have left already and not accepted that he just stayed in his room as punishment. Maybe they know she is exaggerating but don't want everyone to be calling her a liar and for it to get back to the parents of the other kid she has had arrested.
I saw a comment asking if his parents believe him, but I didn't see a reply. I really hope they do. Did your parents believe you? I hope so. I work with the elderly and know for a fact hearing aid batteries fucking suck. On a hearing aid related note, if you're in the US, Walmart has started a program in which you can get a set of rechargeable hearing aids for less than $500. It might not be an option for you now, but it's worth looking into.
You need to get the police involved if this is something that she keeps doing. Shit like that will ruin someone's life. Her parents need to get a hold of their child before she puts someone in prison for a long time.
The worst thing you can do is stay in your room and hide. That is a sign of guilt. Get a 1 or 2 family members that believes you and confront her about it and her friends. Brother this with enough pressure she will relent.
Record her. Get her on tape admitting that she lied. Get the rest of your family involved to participate in the recording.
I think everyone has inadvertently walked in on someone in the shower before. Accidents happen. Half of your family is just being unreasonable. Did you not hear the shower running before you went in the bathroom? That sucks M8, but yeah, just stay away from everyone and it will all blow over.
Oh boy, does it suck to be you right now. Your only saving grace here is that some of your family know that she's a liar. However, this thing won't shake off unless she comes out clean, pardon the pun.
She's a psychopath. Stay as far away from her as possible.
You need to talk to your parents and tell them this is ridiculous. That they should have your back. That she already got her brother's friend arrested for lying. She needs help and is going to ruin someone's life. Honesty, they should be kicked out. You shouldn't have to feel uncomfortable in your own home.
It's tough because kids don't know the impact of their jokes. Unfortunately, it won't hit her until a decade later that, oh shit, I fucked up. Why is everyone blindly accepting OP's version of the story? OP states in the comments that she got his friend arrested for sexually assaulting her and then in another comment admits that his friend was convicted of said crime. Yet he thinks she's lying. Even though it's incredibly difficult to get a guilty verdict in such cases. In my mind, his entire narrative is suspect.
Me today would just not ever interact with her again, but 17-year-old me would loudly proclaim to everyone that she is a lying little asshole.
What the fuck? She's only 8 years old. I would be really concerned that someone has been molesting her. She shouldn't even have thoughts like that.
Your parents should believe you, unless you're a creep in general. If I were your dad, I wouldn't let that kid back at my house for a reunion or anything. Once this was over, she'd be gone, and if her parents started to argue, I'd say that if their daughter can't act right, that's their problem.
I'm disturbed by the number of people here willing to just accept that an 8-year-old child is willfully lying about someone watching her in the shower versus her just either misinterpreting, or the teenage boy lying about how long he was in there. She's 8 and her private space was invaded. People in the comments acting like Op is a victim of an 8-year-old need to take a step back and consider what they're saying.
Not only should you never trust this cousin, but be more attentive about hearing a shower running as well.
She's 8 and she's making up lies like that. She needs serious help.
Long-time hearing aid wearer here. I have never had the batteries die in both aids at the same time. And I always have extra batteries. And there are other ways to tell if a bathroom is occupied. You can feel the vibrations of the running water. You can see the light under the door. You can feel the humid air. We have ways to cope. You don't bust in the bathroom like the fucking Kool-Aid man when you have guests. Maybe they turned on him because he's creepy as fuck. This just seems like someone who got busted and is trying to drum up support any way he can. Just because you are handicapped doesn't mean you are a good person.
Whatever you do, don't allow this to blow over. You must keep hammering on this until you've cleared your name. Otherwise you are forever vulnerable to a future accusation, and then the facts of this incident cease to matter. The only thing that will matter is that this isn't the first time you've been accused. It's now a pattern. And once there is suspicion of this kind of thing, it will follow you forever. Pay for a polygraph if you have to, but do not let this go.
Off topic, but bruh, hearing aid gang.
An 8-year-old accusing of predatory acts and had done this already being younger than that. Super red flag. You can help both of you by suggesting getting your cousin into therapy, which she very much needs. The adults around you need to have a sit down and assess this. Even if they believe her, they'd have no reason to not have concern. Something is definitely going on with her to act out like this so young. I hope you have the strength to not isolate yourself in this. It's a horrible situation.
All you can do in this situation is maintain your honesty and record what happened in a journal in case someone tries to bring it up in the future. Tell others about your side of the story as well. If she does other shady shit, record that down too so you have a record of it. If she's really a pathological liar, she's bound to fuck it up sooner rather than later.
Your cousin is showing signs of sociopathy. I would stay away from her.
They think you did this, but they're still staying at your house. If they're concerned about her safety, they should leave, and if your parents are worried she would lie further, they should make them leave. No good can come from them staying with you.
Stay away from her and never allow yourself be alone in the room with her, if you have to attend some family occasions. You can tell that to your family and explain the reasons why you made the decision to distance from her.
I would call CPS. Lying for attention to such a degree that at 8 shushes talking about sexual harassment is a big indicator that something at home is happening. Where does an 8-year-old even get the idea from? She got another person arrested. Was she ever the victim of real abuse? Your parents need to ban her from ever coming to your house again. If she does come over, leave. Go stay with a friend or somewhere else. That shit is toxic, and as many others have pointed out, may come from pain and suffering in another part of her life.
What a weird fake post lol. Or just tell your family the girl obviously needs help. I can't picture a normal 8-year-old girl doing this. Really weird, but the OP's responses are sus. She's supposedly had a friend arrested. How does that even happen? LMAO.
That's a sign the child is going through some sort of abuse.
Hearing aids. My family knows I can't be expected to know that someone is in the shower cause I'm very hard of hearing. If they don't want you walking in the bathroom, then lock the damn door. Your family needs to realize that.